Most people think that life after 50 means saying goodbye to desire, passion, and even personal comfort. That belief is everywhere, in media, in conversations, even in silent thoughts many women carry alone. But here's something surprising. The number one regret many women in their 60s and 70s share is not that they lost intimacy. It's that no one ever told them intimacy could actually get better with age. Yes, better. The silence around women's pleasure after menopause has created generations of confusion and quiet suffering. But the truth is that this stage of life can become more vibrant, more emotionally fulfilling, and more deeply connected, physically and emotionally, than ever before. You are not broken, and you are not alone. There is a huge gap between what women are told about aging and what is actually possible. Society tells women that menopause means decline. Medical science says something completely different. With the right self-care practices, women often experience richer orgasms, stronger emotional intimacy, renewed sensitivity, and a deeper connection with their bodies after 50. Today, you're going to hear 7 intimate self-care secrets that women over 50 wish they had known earlier. These aren't surface-level tips. These are transformational truths that rebuild confidence, comfort, and pleasure from the inside out. And secret number 5 is the one most women say they wish they learned decades earlier. Before we begin, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss content created especially for women navigating life after 50. If this message speaks to you already, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and share what topics would help you most. Let's begin. Because before a woman can rediscover desire or closeness again, she must first feel comfortable in her own body. And that begins with the most common yet most ignored issue after menopause, dryness. Secret number 1 is about reclaiming physical comfort through intimate hydration. Vaginal dryness affects millions of women after menopause. And it doesn't just affect intimacy. It affects daily life. Walking long distances can feel uncomfortable. Sitting too long can cause irritation. Even wearing certain clothes can feel painful. And for many women, intimacy can feel less like a connection, and more like a challenge. Many women quietly carry this discomfort, feeling frustrated or even ashamed. Some lose confidence. Some avoid closeness altogether. But here's the truth. Vaginal dryness is not a sign of aging failure. It is a natural result of estrogen decline. The tissues in this area, just like our skin and joints, need moisture and care. This is why consistent hydration is essential. Not external hydration, internal intimate hydration. Medical-grade moisturizers, hyaluronic acid gels, and gentle plant-based oils can bring softness, comfort, and flexibility back to these tissues. Unlike simple lubricants, which only work temporarily during intimacy, intimate moisturizers actually repair and protect the tissue long-term. This is not about vanity, it's about well-being. Just like watering a dry garden, consistent hydration allows tissues to regain their natural elasticity. Women often rediscover comfort. And when comfort returns, confidence returns. And where confidence grows, desire begins to awaken again naturally. That is the power of the first secret, consistent intimate hydration. Once the body begins to feel safe again, the next step is about rebuilding strength from within, in a place most women never think about, the pelvic floor. Secret number 2 is the breath-pelvic floor connection. Many women have heard of pelvic floor exercises, commonly called Kegels. But here's what most women don't know, Kegels alone are not enough. In fact, doing them incorrectly can create even more tension, pain, or weakness. The real transformation happens when pelvic floor exercises are combined with breathing. On every slow exhale, a gentle pelvic floor contraction signals strength and blood flow. On every inhale, the muscles release and soften. It is this rhythm, this connection between breath and muscle, that brings life back into the pelvic floor. This simple yet powerful practice restores nerve function, increases sensitivity, and improves control. Women who thought they had to accept discomfort during intimacy discover responsiveness again. Women who struggled with slight leaks when coughing or laughing regain control and confidence. And slowly, the body begins to feel powerful again, physically and emotionally. This is more than a physical exercise. It is a reclaiming of self. Every slow breath reminds a woman that her body still belongs to her. Strength is still inside her. Pleasure is still possible at any age. As strength returns, something else begins to awaken inside. Sensation. Awareness. Confidence. And with that comes the next secret, one that many women avoid, but that has the power to completely transform intimate well-being. Secret number 3 is redefining self-touch without shame. This topic is often wrapped in silence and stigma. But silence does not protect women. Knowledge does. Self-touch is one of the most healing, powerful practices a woman can give herself after menopause. Not because of sexuality, but because of biology. When estrogen levels drop, blood flow decreases, nerves go quiet, and tissues lose flexibility. Self-touch gently brings life back into these areas. It increases blood flow, preserves nerve sensitivity, and keeps tissues responsive. This isn't dirty, selfish, or shameful. It's self-care. It's health. It's connection. Self-touch tells your body, you still deserve to feel. You still deserve pleasure. You still deserve connection, with yourself first, and then with someone else if you choose. And when a woman begins to reconnect with her body again, she begins to feel more awake, more present, more alive. And that opens the door to the next secret, fueling intimacy from the inside out. Many people think intimacy is only about physical connection, but real intimacy, satisfying, lasting intimacy, starts long before touch. It begins with energy. It begins with hormones. It begins with nourishment. This brings us to the next secret, one that rarely gets mentioned but changes everything. Secret number 4 is nourishing intimacy with the right foods and supplements. Most women over 50 feel a sudden drop in desire and energy. They blame age. Some blame stress. Others think something is wrong with them. But biologically, the real reason is simple: the body no longer produces the hormones it once did. Testosterone, yes, testosterone, plays a major role in female desire and pleasure. But after menopause, testosterone levels drop by nearly 50%. Low testosterone leads to lower drive, lower sensitivity, and lower energy. But this can be restored naturally. Certain nutrients help boost the hormones responsible for desire and energy. Omega-3 fatty acids improve circulation and brain function. Vitamin D activates hormone receptors. Zinc supports testosterone production. Magnesium calms the nervous system, reducing stress that blocks intimacy. L-arginine increases blood flow. And maca root, a simple herb from Peru, has been used for centuries to restore female desire naturally. Food can be sensual medicine. Dark chocolate increases serotonin, making the body relaxed and open. Pumpkin seeds, avocados, nuts, dates, pomegranates, these aren't just foods. These are nature's way of reminding women that pleasure is still part of health. Because here's a truth many forget: the body does not lose pleasure with age. It loses circulation, lubrication, and hormone support. And all three can be restored. But nourishing the body is only half the picture. Now comes something deeper: the emotional energy that makes intimacy meaningful. Because without emotional connection, even a healthy body feels distant. Secret number 5 is emotional intimacy through daily micro-connections. Many long-term relationships quietly lose emotional closeness. Not because the love is gone, but because life gets busy, routines replace romance, and unspoken feelings build emotional walls. Women often carry the emotional weight of relationships, family, and aging silently. This emotional load creates distance, not just emotionally, but physically. You cannot relax in intimacy when your heart feels unseen. You cannot feel pleasure when your nervous system feels guarded. The truth is, intimacy begins long before the bedroom. It begins with simple, small daily connections, gentle eye contact, an intentional smile, a soft touch on the shoulder while passing by, holding hands again the way you used to. These little moments send a powerful message: I still choose you. I still see you. I still want you close. Communication does not need to be dramatic. It can be gentle, warm, honest. I miss being close to you. I want us to reconnect, slowly. I want us to feel like us again. When emotional walls fall, physical closeness becomes natural, not forced. Now, as we move deeper into this journey, there is something else that stops so many women from embracing intimacy again, a silent struggle that affects the mind more than the body. Self-image. Secret number 6 is rebuilding body confidence through sensual movement. Many women after 50 disconnect from their bodies, not because they want to, but because they feel judged by time. Wrinkles, softness, stretch marks, scars, the body carries stories. And instead of honoring those stories, society tries to shame them. But a woman is not a number. Not a size. Not a wrinkle count. A woman is energy, presence, and radiance, and that radiance is not lost. It only gets buried under doubt. Sensual movement brings it back. No, this is not exercise. This is expression. Slow body stretches, hip movements, gentle dance, mirror work, these bring a woman back into herself. Sensuality is not about performing. It's about reconnecting. Feeling your body. Claiming your presence. Allowing movement to wake up confidence again. Because the truth is this, men do not fall in love with a perfect body. They fall in love with energy. And when a woman feels alive, confident, and comfortable in her own skin, she becomes magnetic, effortlessly. Now you know hydration brings back comfort. Breath and pelvic strength bring back sensation. Self-touch brings back connection. Nourishment brings back energy. Micro-connections bring back love. Sensual movement brings back confidence. But none of this lasts unless one final step is taken: protecting your nervous system. The last secret is repairing intimacy through relaxation and nervous system safety. Stress is the silent killer of desire. When the body is stressed, it does not want pleasure. It wants survival. That's why women who are exhausted, overthinking, worried, or emotionally burdened naturally lose interest in intimacy. Not because they don't care, because their bodies don't feel safe. Pleasure cannot exist in tension. Calm the body, and you awaken desire again. Warm baths, soft lighting, essential oils like lavender and ylang ylang, deep breathing, slow emotional touch, these remind the nervous system, you are safe here. You are allowed to receive. You are allowed to feel. When safety returns, the body opens. Desire returns. Pleasure returns. Connection returns, not urgently, but gently. Naturally. Just as it was always supposed to.